Welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you all for the great ideas that you have for doing these videos. I want to introduce you to Samuel Richard Pharis. He's been missing since June 13th of 2013, Olivehurst, California. He's a male. He was born October 24th, 1991. He was 5'11" and 150 pounds. He was addicted to prescription painkillers at the time of his disappearance. Now, it's so tragic. He was last seen at 6:45 p.m. June 13th. He left home, a home which he shared with his fiance, and he was never heard from again. He left the lights on, a glass of tea lying out, the dogs in the kennel. It appeared as if he just stepped out and intended to be back within a few minutes. On June 16th, his black Ford Bronco was found stuck in the sand by the Feather River near Pearson Pond. It was locked with Samuel's gun, cell phone, and wallet inside. His keys and wallet were missing, and there was no indication of foul play. An extensive search turned up no indication of his whereabouts in the area. 2 days before he went missing, Samuel was caught stealing prescription painkillers from his father's house, Rex Pharis, and he was furious with him. Samuel told his fiancée he wanted to get help for his drug addiction, and he was scheduled to see a doctor on the day of his disappearance. Police stated Rex acted oddly after his son disappeared and withheld information from law enforcement. They consider Rex to be a person of interest in this case. He took a polygraph, but the results were inconclusive. He denies having had anything to do with his son's disappearance. Rex has put up a $10,000 reward leading to Samuel's recovery, hired 2 private investigators to look into the case. He handed over a typewritten note to the police that he said was from Samuel. It said, "You think I'm gone? Oh, how wrong. You'll see me soon, right around noon. SP." Authorities don't believe Samuel really wrote the note. Rex says he thinks Samuel is deceased. It's uncharacteristic of Samuel to leave home without warning or to go anywhere without carrying his gun. Police believe foul play was involved in this case. They also think his vehicle was dumped at Feather River by someone other than him, and this case remains unsolved. So at this point, we get out our tarot cards, and I always start with the Haunted House Tarot, and then we go to a go-to deck just to verify what this haunted house is saying. Take us to what happened to Samuel right before he disappeared. What happened right before he disappeared? Okay, this is a little weird because this is in a cemetery, and it feels like he could have known somebody. He felt comfortable around them. There's also kind of like a gang in the back. I don't think he saw what was coming. He was restricted. This could be the fiance waiting for him to return. Okay, this could indicate, I'm just saying for entertainment purposes only, that he is passed. Yeah, soul went up to heaven. It's almost like whoever did this, he's hold his hands out and he's like, really? Really? This is what you're going to do? And this person said, yep. Huh. This was kind of a plot. Let's go to our go-to deck. Same question. Take us through what happened to Samuel right before his disappearance and during the disappearance. So there was a woman here. And they were happy. So he was happy with the woman. So this is saying that he was very happy with his fiance at the time. And then he left, or he was gonna leave, or he left, and this was something hidden and covered up, and there's the river. Oh shit. And believe it or not, this is also my heart card about addictions. So he was kind of upset about his addiction. And this is a person being interested in this person. Wow. Protecting himself. He didn't see it coming. Wow, we have two kings here. He didn't see it coming. And there's two kings here. And there's a card about addictions and the two kings. So he's not in the water. He is buried in the ground. And the person that did this knows where he's buried. Wait a minute. If he's passed away, now this is the addiction card. So now we've got addiction, and somebody knew about the addiction. I'm actually gonna, I hardly ever use my murder mystery cards because I keep forgetting I have them. But I'm actually gonna pull a couple murder mystery cards and see what do we need to know about the killer. What do we need to know about the killer? What does this say? Social media will provide valuable clues. Wow, so phone records or social media. An argument or a fight is a strong factor. No. Two days before he went missing, he stole painkillers from his father's house, and his father was furious with him. All right, well, this is for entertainment purposes only, but that's a little weird. That's a little weird. Huh. All right. You know what I want to do? I want to actually see if we can communicate with him from the other side. Where is my steampunk deck? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. This is what I used to communicate with the deceased. Samuel, if you can come through, do you know who murdered you? Do you know who murdered you, if you are murdered indeed? You didn't see it coming? And that's true, you guys. He might not have seen, somebody might have took him out so fast that he literally did not see who did it. And that's not uncommon. So here's the child card, and here this kid, he's holding a drink. So he was blindfolded. And he was restricted. That's the restricted card again. See the arms tied behind the back? That came up in the other deck. He was restricted. He's validating that he couldn't move. He was tied up. He was blindfolded. He didn't know who did this. It wasn't fair. The justice, it wasn't fair. He didn't have a way to fight. Paid somebody to do it. He thinks that somebody paid somebody to do it. This is what he's saying. It's just entertainment. He is thinking that somebody paid somebody to commit the crime. And he wants to know who did it. I mean, even he wants his own case solved. Family tree. This is the family tree. It upset the family tree. There's an upset in the family tree. And there was a fight. Well, that's what the murder mystery card said, that there was a fight. And there was a fight. Here was a fight. He's peeking through the veil to make sure his fiancée is okay. Because he's moved on, away from the world. The world's up here. He's moved away from the planet. He really doesn't care about the planet anymore. He's like, I don't care. I just went to the other side. I don't care about the planet anymore. But I did want her to know that I loved her. Wow. I'm going to ask, is this case going to be solved? Is this case ever going to be solved? Will this case ever be solved? Yes. There's going to be some kind of DNA evidence because it feels like DNA evidence is going to come forward. That's what I'm thinking anyways, DNA. And how he died. Oh, his remains are going to be found. This is going to get solved. So, Samuel, there's going to be justice for you. You didn't, I feel bad for you. And I know that you would have gotten help had you been allowed to live. But you're going to have justice. Justice is going to be served. Sometimes it takes a few years. But somebody's going to run across in a vehicle. In some kind of vehicle. This could be an off-road vehicle. Somebody's in an off-road vehicle is going to run across the remains. The DNA is going to disclose it. Who did it? And there's the emperor. And there's going to be justice. So this will be a solved case. Now, sometimes I don't know if I can hurry things up, but once in a while I like to put sacred geometry on my cards to see if this young man, if we can bring justice. You never want unsolved crimes, ever. So we want justice in this horrible case of this young man that allegedly lost his life. And so we'll send a lot of energy, Samuel, in hopes that you get this case solved so that you can truly be in peace on the other side and that there's justice on this side. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube channel, and thank you for all the suggestions of video content. I look at all of them when I do these videos. You guys are awesome.